tonight. When you guys are flying around at that level, what are the things that you look to first? Like, what are the indicators of defense being effective like that?
The disposition. How mad are we? Got embarrassed on Sunday against the Clippers. We were all on a long flight, angry about how that game went. And our mindset was to take it out on the Raptors, and we did. Both with great ball movement and an angry, nasty defensive disposition. We executed our coverage with a high level of focus and detail, and we brought a great defensive disposition to the game.
Frank, Caruso was talking about for the 3-point looks, it's more about shot quality, and you've preached that, I know, all year. How do you square that at the same time as having a lot of turnovers? And do those, like, how do you have both good ball movement and then also a lot of turnovers? And how did that play out today?
Yeah, I mean, we had too many turnovers, but a lot of that was because they got down 30 and started junking the game up. Full court pressure, zones and switchings and traps in the half court. We didn't always handle it, as well as we needed to. But, you're going to get easy buckets or they're going to force turnovers in that type of environment. So when a team junks it up, it might have a higher turnover rate than normal. But, I was happy with how we moved the basketball, hunted high-quality shots, didn't settle for mid-range, and as a result, we got hot from behind the arc.
And that's from one for me, quick. Just your thoughts on Mark continuing his play, Marc Gasol.
Yeah, he's been great. Like I said, his job is to facilitate offensively and to give us perimeter shooting and be a great screener. And he was all three of those tonight. And then obviously he's an elite defensive center. So he had a great two-way performance tonight.
Dave.
Frank, staying on Mark, so he scores the season high in points, ties the season high in rebounds, ties the season high in blocks. And before the game, you said you're hopeful you have Drummond next game against Miami. Does this give you something to ponder when it comes to your starting lineup against the Heat?
No, we're going to start Andre. That's what we signed him here for. We feel like, first of all, we need to get him a ton of minutes to get him acclimated in our system with only X amount of games before the playoffs. And, he'll be our starter, But like I said, we said this from the whole time through. We need all three of those guys, and all three of them are really good players. They're going to help us win a championship. So, but no, it doesn't change that.
Kyle.
Hey, Frank, allow me to be the first to ask you post-game about Ben McLemore and what he brings to the group and maybe if anything about your series against Houston last year informed your experience with Ben.
Allie, can I comment on that? Is it official?
Yeah, it is official, yes.
Yeah, well, he's a guy that we had to know where he was at all times in that Houston series because he's such an elite shooter. And, like I said, we're trying to win a championship here, so as much firepower as we can get, as many weapons as we can get, we're going to try to get. And, Ben, instantly elevates our ability to knock down threes on the backside when double teams come and to play the drive and kick game that, the modern NBA is made on. So we're thrilled about his addition and looking forward to getting him, into some minutes and into our program.
Last two questions. Dan.
Hey, Frank. Two quick ones. Alex's sort of effort intent. You talked about disposition and stuff like that. I think he's a guy who hit the floor for 2 or 3 different loose balls in that game. Well, I guess what does that bring to your group when you've got a guy selling out like that? First of all,
that's what we ask of our entire team. We want to be first to 50-50 balls. We want to dive on the floor. We want to be the team that's playing harder than our opponent every night. It's a number one habit that you establish during the regular season, and it becomes instinctual as the playoffs come around. You don't have to flip a switch or elevate your play. Okay, we always play that hard. And, Alex is just one of those guys that's how he plays no matter what the situation is. That's why we love Alex. That's why Alex has helped us win the championship last year. So it definitely elevates the group when you see a guy hustle and playing as hard as that. but it's what we demand of our whole group.
And then, do you know when Ben will join you guys? Is the plan to have him for Thursday?
From what I understand, I mean, we still have to clear some things, but he's going to join us in Miami tonight, I think tonight. And, we won't have practice tomorrow, but he'll be available to, providing the testing goes as scheduled. He's been testing, and he should be able to join us right away.
And last, Jovan.
Hey, Frank. Keith has been in double figures in 5 of the last 6 games and 7 of 10 overall. What kind of offensive boost has he given you guys? Especially, it seems like earlier in games and kind of first quarters and first halves.
Yeah, he's been like the unsung hero of this stretch. I don't think anybody's talking about Keith's contributions enough. And it's not just on the offensive side of the ball, like he scored the ball tonight. He's having to guard seemingly, an elite sort of 3-4 each night, and doing a great job with that while carrying some load offensively as well. He got red hot in the first half from behind the arc, and in the post and mid range. He was doing it in a bunch of ways, and his toughness exemplifies who we want to be in terms of being a team that plays more physical than our opponent. So he was terrific tonight.
Thanks so much, Cope. Have a safe flight to Miami.
Okay.